Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribe and hit that thumb up. Today I will continue with part of the progress of the traditional pinball mode. As you remember last video, I we talk about all the spinner scenarios in mod, and on this one we should be already done with the spinner mod. For a little recap, so we get to complete that the spinner every time that hit the spinner. We got three spinner, one, two, and three. Every time that we hit the spinner, we're gonna increase the percentage of the arrows, and as the arrows are getting increasing percentage, the points on the spinner will be increasing as well. So basically, that's one of the things. So we did it for both spinners, and then and on the right spinner orbit, we do the same scenario separately, so both work independently. So you can spin this one and light this one, and you can spin this one and light this one. So then you got the center spinner that if you hit that spinner in the center, we will work progress but for both. So and what that's the code what we already did. And also when you complete both 100%, you active the extra civil bonus with multi-ball that you see in the other videos gameplay, that like all colors like LEDs, and start every hit you get extra civil points. So with that we already complete with this. So now we're gonna start getting for the next step. As well, I want to mention that we already complete this part here that I didn't mark, because I'm gonna go, let's go here and let's talk about the list and how we be accomplished a little bit and how I did it. And so basically we start the sequence when the ball is already plunged, throw out, and it's ready to plunge. This is what is start getting when you plunge. And then we got already a code that start a sequence. So we got already our sequence. Uh, we make the progress for all four player, and the sequence how we gonna uh, get this sequence complete to start all the process of the machine. So, and the sequence is basically right here. This is gonna be so player one, two, three, and four, and the way we store the point, it's right here. This is how we track whatever progress for each player that we talk about in other videos. I'm not gonna go deep. And then this is the sequence right here, start transition sequence. And here is our mod for spinner that we got all the light running. We got one row of the line. So we got zero spinner and one spinner here, and then we got the activation of the mode. So we're gonna drop a ball, new ball, and active a new ball. So if you want to know more detail about how I did this, go check out the other videos if you just watching this video first time. And then as well, I add on that this I did off the camera, but I'm gonna show you where I find it. So I already made it, so it's just copy paste. Remember that I talked in the last video that I'm gonna do some copy paste that uh, to kind of I make it fast the videos, and no start get a 1 hour video every time. So I try to get a 45 minutes videos, no more than that. So this is a save ball system that you can see the node that I already have on the machine, and basically this is tracking the time and cut the save light and cut the save event. So it will not save the ball if this is already complied. This is a very simple system, and I have that already here on arcade mission, which is right here. This is all my arcades uh, um, code for that mode, and right here you can see all the same ball system in each call out of whatever mission is doing. So that's where I find it. That's what I did it, and I just have to copy paste it, so I don't have to worry about it. And I can continue using the same kind of small system that I've been creating and add it on. So yeah, without all, that's the recap. And now what we're gonna do is basically continue with the next step. So we had to use the dropship light, and that is the dropship back on my play field, and it got 4 lights. So let me put it here on the screen real quick so you can see right here. We got 4 lights that are on the front of the ship, and that each light it get controlled by each switch that got on the ramps on the rolling. So let me cancel this save because it's now getting crazy. So basically, that's what we want to work every time that we got these 4 lights on. What we want to do, and right here, you can see that I have. This is the. I want to show, talk about a little bit this because I found the actual last one that I did. This is the one that I sent to the acrylic, and you can see here that I got the missing target that is not on the corners here of the ramp that I talked in the other video. So right here, you can see missing targets right there and right there. So we had 3 missing targets. So that's the last mode that I write right here. So yeah, so I think that's good to go. So now the first thing that we had to do is when complete each time all 4 lights. So when we trigger all this light, we will add time 2 or multiplier the bonus. So we're gonna add more one of these every time that we comply with those 3 lights up there. Simple as that. So this should be super simple because everything is already code. What we need to do is when we want to do it and how we're going to do it. So one of the things that we had to mention that we're going to be active in here by because this is our sequence. So let's roll. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do, I will open a new, I'm going to add a custom event. Okay, right there. And then we're going to call this dropship dropship key for tradition, dropship tradition light sequence. So that's the sequence that we're going to be using, and has we need to thinking about it a little bit and say, okay, every time that I am rolling there, I want to turn on the light, and I want to check all the time when you complete each light. Okay, so the way that we're gonna get that improved, we got it already code, and I will show where it is. So if we go here on arcade mission, we got that already code right here. So basically the drop check, that's what I call it, drop check event, and this is for arcade drop check. Every time that we do it, this is removed. This is something that I leave there. I can't even remove it. I don't need it. So every time that we check if this is, so the drop is complete off, so that's mean if now I got a check mark here that when it complete it will get true, but I don't care about that. I just gonna take care what is this. So we got DROP, so drop. If it's empty, we're gonna turn on the light. So we already have the sequence here for how we turn on the light. So this is the blinking white, and then it will do a sequence. You're going to continue going this path, and then you're going to continue to the next one. So it will check what light is true and what light is not true. Every time that the rolling get roll, it will active, and I will show you where you see that. So on off camera, I talked in the last video that I will copy and paste everything, all the switches to the new window or yeah, slab, so we can manipulate and kind of work it back the way we want. So right here is the drop switches, which is D, but I changed the name for DT. And what this is doing is basically the skill shot. Remember, every time that we go out the ramp, we select the skill shot. So we want to make sure that if we pass the switch, we check the skill shot is active. So this is going to do a sequence. So we're going to do first 0 and then 1. So the first thing we're going to check if the skill shot is active, and it will do once. It will check if the skill shot select is been 0. That's another thing because you selected. So this is already code. And then it will set, like, because we are rolling the ball from D, we're going to get the points of the skill shot because is equals 0. You select that one. And then it will continue with the sequence. So it will give you some bonus. This is just add the bonus points when you lost the game. This is what that does. And then it will do some to sequence. It will do the bonus. It will wait 2 seconds and will set super skill shot 0 activated. So activate super skill shot because I got a sequence that when you roll any of the target that you select, you get a second shot that you can complete and get super skill shot. And then it will activate the super skill shot. So you activate here, and then you this is a event that if I go here, just for show you real quick, it'll take a minute because I never open it. And then this is the sequence for super skill shot, and if this is active, which is the first one, it will turn on the light of that side, and it will do the skill shot 0 when it get so you get the 0 light on, and that's it. So that's basically what it does. And then the second point, it's basically adding the video of the super skill shot. And because this is active now, is the switches of where you have to hit, it will have the second part of this. So it should be around some way here. So basically that's left orbit drop target. So if we go to the drop target here, right here, the first one is the one here. The second it's a 1, 2. That's the second one. So the second one, if you see here, it will be somewhere that says super skill shot, and that's where it should hit. Let me see if I find it real quick. Bumper, star, center. For a minute is 1. So if drop targets hit, it will check if super skill shot right here. So this is super skill shot number 2. If it's active, this is where I give you the point in the video. If I follow up, it's right here for a second, right there. And so on. So that's a big sample. So, but we are in tradition mode because I copy and paste it and just kind of continue the sequence from the beginning. And like, if you can see here, the spinner, that's where we done with the spinner. And this is our system for the new system of the spinner that is in traditional mode. And in the beginning of here of the vent, this is where the main switch get active, and I show you back again. So you remember, if we go to the spinner here, when the spinner get hit, it will trigger this, and you can see here if traditional mode is on, it will go to spinner 1, and if it's off, it's just going to continue checking if it's arcade mode on and do the spinner for arcade. If it's not, then use the roller spinner work. And there you go. So now let's go back to the switches of mode, and what we are doing is for the multiplier of the drop target. So we got here dropship, sorry, and then we got the first thing sequence that is the skill shot. We need that, and the second thing is, if we still follow that, is back here. So it will do once. It will give you some bonus of dropship because you achieved to get the ball over there. It give you some points, and then it actives D. See, D is active, and then this is for arcade, so we're gonna delete that because basically we want to do it on path for the tradition, and then we do some rolling sound, and then we wait 1 second and start on waiting for the next ball go down. So I can basically also redo this. I think this is it's been working so just fine, but I can probably put down a little bit. So there you go. So we got DR. So basically over here we're gonna delete this one and we can leave this the way it is. So we just need to get a new event and put it right here to call the event. Kind of copy the same style that we got in arcade mission right here. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna copy the whole thing right here, and then I'm gonna delete what I need and use what I need. So okay, so let's go back here to tradition, and has this is gonna be my sequence. I will probably do over here in the bottom the copy. Oh, I hit copy. There you go. Oh no, I hit paste. Oh, I hit it by twice, but no problem. There you go. So right here, this is it. So now I can call whatever I want here. This, and because we are doing the drop ship tradition uh check, light check. Let's put light check. Okay, light check. Okay, so dropship traditional light check. Oh, I spelled that wrong. It's check. Sorry. So now I don't need this because well, let's see. This is part of another thing that probably, let's see if we need it. Go to arcade, and you can see here that is some dropship target wait list here. So it passed because I got some condition on this one. So yep, this is for extra drop target check, which is right here. And yeah, this is the actions that do when it's complete. So basically, this is for the action of when you get complete in this scenario. You complete that, and you get a extra civil bonus activated on our case. So we don't want that. So just to verify we need or not. So we can delete that, and then what we need is basically check what is active, the lights. All this is just the lights, and then um we check if everything is active, and it is. I don't need any condition because just gonna get multiplied. So the only condition will be to get x1 and reset. Okay, so let's do that. Let's delete this. Let's delete this condition, and we can need sound. This is for audio, so we probably wanna tell in the player that something happened. So I will leave that, and I will delete all these. Extra time point. Yeah, there is a extra, and this is just the timing for the blinking lights. And we can use that. Probably we can delete that and use just the lights. Timer. Waiting. Okay. And this is if it's false, it will reset timing, get lights. This is lights as well. Okay. So let's disconnect this from here. And basically what we need only this for now. Okay. And then sound. Balls count equal 1. All right. So if everything is true, So let's load the music. Say for now it's saying drop extra civils. We can leave that sound for now, and then if we then we can there. And this is all the activation that we need. Don't need. Now what we need is actually sound and the action. Okay. And this is gonna be quite good. Let me put this here just in case we need lights, but we got the lights here, so let me delete this. We actually don't need that. And as well, I'm gonna delete everything. When you do like a bunch of stuff at the same time, it lags quite a bit. So, all right. So this is our main process to check, and then we have to continue check this every second. So just make sure that every second we are checking this, checking this, checking this, and that's where we doing when we active this mode. We're gonna do kind of the same thing that we did here to do a timer event per second and just continue doing it. All right, so now we know that our okay, let's do boom boom boom. Let's go to all switches tradition. And we go on tradition here. And then now we can call for that event as well. So every time that we active, we reset the system, or we can just leave it like that and just do it by seconds. And so, vete yo con mamá, por favor. Hold on a second. I got invasion here. So we can do is yeah, just probably we can leave this like that, and because we're planning to go to here, and if I do a sequence here for or activate that and just call this all the time and kind of check every second, uh we don't need to come back from the switches and call this. So let's go to let me think here real quick. Okay, let's go to switches here, and I will connect this here because I think it's gonna be fine. Just delete this and connect it. Okay, connect this, delete this, delete this, and connect this. And we have to come back later because for the points we probably had to do some deals because one of the things that we talk about is I want to multiply. This is fixed pay, and I want to multiply those fixed pay whenever the bumpers increase the multiplier of all the points. So we have to come back a little bit here and kind of add a new variable to control it be controlled by the multiplier points. And but that's gonna be the for last videos almost when we get to the right here. So for now, let's go to continue this. So we add that. This is good to go. We got the skill point for rolling, and we got also the bonus, the activation. This is what we need. Okay. So okay. So yeah. Okay. Perfect. Let's go back to tradition. We can call now. We had to do a system to call this, and then we have to continue to do the action. Okay. First, let's continue here. Let me copy this. Copy that. We just need actually this. Inner cob. Okay. Okay. Put the action there. And oh, I got one already here. right here. This is what is gonna get active from here. So drop. We can drop ship. So no P drop ship T synchronize. So this is the sequence. This will call this. It will activate the timer. Time to start. 1 second. It will be the same. So we can call the same thing because all this it will work together, and we can use this because every time that we are stopping the time for everything, basically we're stopping for everything, so we can use that and recycle that. And then what we gonna do, we're gonna connect this, and this is our event for do all the sequence of what we want to do. So this is gonna be dropship drop ship light timer. So just call it like that, and it'll be the timer for do the sequence. And now we can basically do sequence here and do this all. Actually, it should be here. Timer check, and we got the check right here, and we can every second check this. Simple as that. Let me compile that. Okay, gonna wait a little bit. So drop sheet. So when we complete all it for target, we're gonna add time 2. So now we're gonna go to the action. Let me wait for this compile. I'm gonna compile a couple of things, so it can take a little bit. It's all right. There you go. It compile. Everything's good. And now we checking this all every second. We just need to check what it's going on. So now that we can use that. Oh, I missed something. Put this right here just to call like verify everything. So I just do this for organization because I just contrast this over here and do the same thing. But let's do a later organization same time. So right now, what we need is bonus. So I already pulled out the bonus here event. And the way the bonus event work, this is all my bonus event for each player, and this over here is what we call for add bonus. So you can see call mission complete to add bonus, and it's a very small system that every time that this is called, it will check what player is playing, and it will add whatever point it's on that mission mission complete bonus, and it will time to the bonus basically, and it will add there. And then every player has one, and that's basically for each dropship mag. When you kill mags, that's the bonus. So when I call this side here, it will add it. So you can see here, for example, when we was here on the Tricious, right here, you see the bonus there. So when this is passed, what it's gonna do is gonna come back here. It will check player 1 is playing, and then it will add the dropship bonus to the add dropship points for the bonus, and it will set it to here. And then over here on the bottom is when this is called for bonus check. It will check what player is playing, and it will because this is basically the end of the game, and it will add everything right here. So you can see that here is our value for whatever player is playing. So you can player one, player two, and it will put it on a one single, and then it will add it all, and then it will do the math of it will check what it's active, and according what time is active, the sum of all points, which is this one, it will get multiplied by whatever points you has, whatever times, and then it will add it to your actual player point. So basically, right here we got that's the formula for each player. And then it ends to complete the bonus animation, and whatever you see on the screen is already here. That's what but this is basically the formula for bonus. And I mean, as you see, it's look very short and simple, and that's what we're going to talk about. We still using this. We don't have to change nothing. The only thing what we had to change is going to be right here, because this is what the point multiplier is per player. So is for check for multi points. So basically, in my regular games, the way that you get increase the multiplier, it's time. It's going to be how much money you be making. It's not about hitting anything. It's not about doing any special. The only special thing that you have to do is increase your money to get more points or more multiply your bonus. So basically right here, you start from here back back to beginning. And the way it works is if you reach more than 2 million points, you will active your time to multipliers. So by acting this, basically I'm acting this, and I do another sequence that basically active the lights as well. And this is our running active. So basically running had to be active to turn on the lights in or off the lights. And right here you can see a little for time 2, time 4, time 6, and so on to time 10. So this is to control the lights. That's all it does. It control the light, and then you got the set of whatever. If is you got time 4, then you're gonna turn off. Basically keep on the second of the light, and then I turn on the white, and that's it. And I keep it blinking. One is blinking and one is turned on, and you see it how I did, and that's what it does. So when you get to time 2, and then you get time 4, time 2 fit, and time 4 blank. Simple as that. And that's what this is does. So now that's the formula. So the only thing that we had to do is manipulate the action. So this is the action to increase. Now what is our action? Our action is right here on traditional. When all these 4 is complete, we will do the action. Simple as that. So right now, what we had to do is we had to do branches. Basically, we had to do some branches and go and check what is on and what is off, and is everything is on, what we just do nothing. Okay, so basically what we had to see is time 10 is on, time 10 is time 8, time 7. So we start from the top to the bottom, and then from there we go up to the bottom. So, and we got it here. So, and then we also had to prevent that this trigger our selections. So the only way we can do that, super simple, we're gonna do a branch and put it here and say if this is false, do this. Oh, I didn't get. If it's false, connect there. Do the same thing. And what is false is traditional mode is on. Traditional mode is on. So basically, if traditional mode is on, do nothing because we're gonna do it by the drop target. So basically, that's what we the only thing that we have to our today here because we wanna still continue doing this uh, sequence of light and time. So and then if this pass through, nothing's gonna happen. But if it's false, it will continue doing this. But if we active two, now we don't use this anymore. We go straight to here and so on like that. Same thing here. You see it follow that. So we come like a serpentine. We come from here, we like woo, and check everything. So basically that's the sequence for check. And now we're gonna be checking that every second, and when it's active we basically not using this is going to be using by the point whatever this is getting active, it will continue getting active. This is active every tick on the game, every point second. Another section of the coding that I don't gonna get because it's gonna get too long to explain how I did everything. And the only thing what we have to change right now is for each player we had to add this. So we're gonna add it there, we're gonna add it here, and if it's false, we are there. Same thing here. If it's false, we continue here. And same here. If it's false, we do continue here. And then right here. If it's false, continue. If it's not, just do the thing. So now we have to check all this. So we have to check if this is true or not false to traditional mode here. That's what we're gonna check first, start the sequence. So we have to do a sequence and check everything first. So we're gonna check if this is true, do nothing, and but if it's false, do something else. So what we had to do is verify for the actions, because every time that this is passed here, we're gonna do an action, and we have to make sure what is going on to do that action. So basically, if this is false, let me think. So we had to go check everyone and make sure that when we had to check. Let me think, because so we have to check. Mm, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think they had to. Yeah, I cannot use that method because it's gonna get complicated. Let me take this away. And what we need to do, we need to do a variant and then get plus that variant every time. And when we do this, we had to do it once. I don't think I have any do once here. So we had to do it once and then continue one by one by one by one. So yeah, there you go. So we're gonna do it once, and every time we need to do a variant to kind of check one. So we got five. We got five numbers that we had to count and see. Where's variants? Functions, variants right here. So we had to do like I'm gonna call it times x multiply addition. Okay, so what we're gonna do, let's go and interjet, and with this interjet we can see the conditions, and we can see like, yeah, instead having what it has, we can do the condition by this, and we can as well add 1. So we can get this plus 1, oh, plus, so plus 1. So every time that this pass, so this had to be -1, has default, and we can do that on the configuration the tab, because every time that we complete that, we get 1 number, and if it's 0, we activate what is next, and that's all we need to do. So let's go. And of course, I had to go back and do it for each player, whatever the branch that we did for player 1, we had to do it for player 2, player 3, and player 4, and that's the only thing that we had to do over there. Let me cancel this. It was compiled, so now it's compiled. So you see value is 0. So we have, sorry. Oh, okay. So basically, we had to do negative 1. Okay. So now the default is -1, and every time that this is get set, it will do ones, and it will add this, and I can do a delay here just to wait 0.2 second and reset. This is for basically to prevent that it multiple times having just get do once, wait 2 seconds, and then when this happened, we also had to reset this when. So for example, we had to also say all these had to be false. So D is active, so we have to say D is active to false, and R is active. Well, R is active to fall, and we also had to do R O is active to false, and then P is active to false. Basically, that's where we do. We first is everything is active, so you can see this is true, this is true, this is true, so everything is true. Do the music or the sound, and we can add more stuff here. Do this one, and then from here we can do another sequence here. So from here we can check over here if multiplier is equal to 0. If it's false, do this right here. So if it's true, now I will X2 activate, set to true. And as well, I need to activate running. So let's copy from here. So I'm gonna get, I think this is better to do this way. And like that, I delete this one, I just paste that. There you go. So basically is the action that it needs. That's what we're gonna do. So we had to do 5 times. So this is gonna be a little up here. And I had to, let me delete this, and the only thing I had to do is kind of multiply this. 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There you go. So basically, if it's false, just check that. If it's false, check that. If it's false, check that. If it's false, check that. And then also I have to come back here. So if it's true, it will set this on and check the next one, and so like that it complete the cycle. And check now if it's 1, if it's 2, if it's 3, and if it's 4. Now I go back here to the bonus and check if it's 4. I mean, what? You go, and then go back here. It's 6. Did I copy it? Sometimes I don't know. You're gonna press it, holding for 1 second at least to get that process. And like this. Next one is 8. Copy. Paste it. Paste. Oh, where opponents go? Okay. And then getting tight here. So I don't know why I'm doing everything super tight when I got plenty space here. So, and the last one will be 910. Copy this, paste it right here. This had to be deleted. I don't need that. And if it's true, do this. Now, if it's false, that's it. Because now I will add +1 every time. And every time that this pass, it will reset and it will start over. So now when you got maximum 4 numbers or more and everything is maxed out, so you can continue with this number. So the only thing that we had to do is go back here for setup, which is here. This is the beginning of everything. And over here, we mark the set, so we can set whatever we want here every time. So when the game start, the ball pass, tradition is its mode is not active. It will pass it. If tradition is active, it's just gonna stay there, and it will active has the first time pass here, and it do this. So basically over here for our players, we can add that multiplier, and we can set this to -1. And this is going to do it once. So every time they start the mission, it will set to -1, and it will get whatever player is playing, and it will do the setup for the beginning of the mode, start the sequence, and start the tradition. Where does it come here? This is start some lights and check max that we talked before, and then we start the spinner and the dropship sequence light, which is going to be here. This is going to active the time, and the time will also be ticking here for a second, and for every second we check here, and every second we check what is active, and it will turn the light according to what is active. And when everything is active, it is gonna come through here once time, and then uh it will set whatever uh multiplier it's active according how many times it's been passing. So the first thing that it will do, it will check if it will add 1 number, and it will disactive all. So as soon this is get disactive, everything is gonna end on false, so it's not gonna try to pass again. And then in the next second, oh come on, And then in the second sequence, it will uh, allow the music in 5 seconds, and then but it not. This is basically if it's 5 seconds here, it will continue with the next one because this is per tick. So the next tick, it will be 0, and it will add time 2. It will check if it's 1, no, 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 and no, and that's it. And oh, I need to do this for this one, and I need to do this one for this one, and the last one, it's this one to check this one. That's it. Okay, so I'm gonna compile that. So what it get left here is to complete the player's uh, branch for don't use the all action and use the new option that is active. So basically that it's what will be covered for make this one. This was very simple in compared to this one. Uh, and it should work. I think that I don't see any problem right away with it. So yeah, uh, next video will be to try to start getting the drop targets and right targets to get to active the lock balls when you complete all the targets. So, like I mentioned on the beginning of the video on the introduction. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you like it. Hit that thumb up, and yeah, we continue. Let's go. God bless.